Okay.
If what I am is what's in me, then I'll stay strong, that's who I'll be. And I will always be the best me that I can be. There's only one me, I admit. Have a dream, I'll follow it. It's up to me to try. Oh, I'ma keep my head up high. Keep on reaching high. Never gonna quit, I'll keep getting stronger. And nothing's gonna bring me down. Never gonna stop, gotta go. Because I know I'll keep getting stronger. And what I am is, 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 and what I am is. There's nothing I can't achieve because in myself I believe in love.
Good morning, Continental Colony Elementary School, home of the Mighty Panthers. Welcome to this marvelous Monday. Let's pause for a moment of silent reflection as we envision our educational goals for today. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stand for the school's pledge. I now realize that the greatest power in the world is the power of knowledge. I want to be smart. Misinformed people go through life missing so many rewards that could be theirs. I will become a thinker and a problem solver, learn my basic skills, make a special effort to complete all assignments. I will strive for punctuality and perfect attendance. I'll read books on subjects that interest me the most. I will also read books and articles on other subjects to broaden my awareness of what is happening in the world around me. I will respect the rights of others and display exemplary conduct at all times. I will embrace the positive philosophy of my school. I believe in myself. I can do anything if I try hard enough. I pledge it to my family, my school, and everyone who is trying to help me succeed. Most importantly, I pledge it to myself. You may be seated.
All right. Good morning, boys and girls, faculty and staff. We are in A week this week. So we are starting the week off with a focus on math during our intervention. So make sure you are on Zern while your teacher is working with students on Do the Math. Also, as you read throughout the day, don't forget to post your minutes in Beanstack. So everyone should know who their spelling bee reader winners are for the class. So pause up to those boys and girls that won their class spelling bee. November 16th, next Wednesday, will be our school-wide spelling bee. Pause up to second grade. They are having a food drive for Thanksgiving. Let's give a little joy to the families in need to celebrate Thanksgiving. So if you have any donation, canned goods, dry goods, please drop them off on the second grade hallway by Friday, November 18th. All right, Jayshawn, where are we with our points this morning? All right, Madison, where are we with our points this morning, Madison?
In first place, we have House of Thinkers. In second place, we have House of Principles. In third place, we have House of Risk Takers. In Fourth place, we have House of Knowledgeable. In fifth place, we have House of Inquirers. And last but not least, we have House of Communicators.
All right, pause up. Continue to get those points for your house. All right, a few reminders for today. Today, we start our MAP growth reading assessment, boys and girls. We will start this morning at 9 o'clock for kindergarten students, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade, and at 9:45 for our first grade students. So boys and girls, as you take MAP growth, remember, we're looking to reach our goals. So take your time, use your scratch paper, do not rush. And remember, those students that meet their goal, they will be able to, I lost one of my slides. Those students that meet their goal, they will be able to come to the game room. So remember, so this week we're taking MAP reading. Next week we'll take MAP math. And in December we'll take MAP fluency. So boys and girls, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade students, you know what your goal is. Remember, you talked to Ms. Evans and Ms. Foster and myself about your math and reading goal. So if you reach your goal, you get to spend 20 to 30 minutes in that game room. So hopefully you were able to walk through. So beginning the week of the 14th, those students that met their reading goal, because we do take reading today, will be able to join us in the game room, and the following week for math. And don't forget your independent reading. So it is very important that as you take your math assessment today, that you are taking your time. All right, and using all of those strategies your teachers has taught you how to use. Also, another reminder, tomorrow there is no school for students. Remember, tomorrow is election day. All right, so teachers, we will engage with our Reading University tomorrow at Continental Colony from 8 until 12:30. Enrichment teachers and the care team, please see the catalog that I sent. It's also in the Monday message to register for your courses. But our classroom, special ed, paraprofessionals, ESOL gifted will meet at Continental Colony from 8 until 12:30. All right, so Reading University will begin promptly at 8 o'clock. Also, don't forget, you should have already recorded your foundations and I read lesson for K through 2 and 3 through 5 teachers. You should have recorded an accelerated vocabulary lesson as well as an intervention on System 44 Read 180. So we'll talk about those lessons on Thursday and Friday during your extended planning. Again, game room, game room.
Well, good morning, Panthers. This week, we will begin our next SCL Book of the Month, Drawn Together. The book is rich in illustrations and tells the story of a grandfather and his grandson. This morning, we will listen to the author share a portion of the story, and we will conclude on Wednesday. Sit back in your seats and let's listen together.
Hi there, my name is Minlay, and thank you so much for joining me today for story time. I am going to read a very personal book to you today, and it's called Drawn Together, illustrated by the amazing Dan Santat, who is a good friend and also one of my favorite author illustrators. In fact, I have one of his books, The Adventures of Beagle, on my office wall. But this book is very personal to me because it is inspired by my relationship with my own grandparents. I'm Vietnamese American, so I was born here in the United States, but my family's originally from Vietnam, and my grandparents spoke mostly Vietnamese, while I spoke mostly English. Whenever I go over to their house, I love them so much, they love me so much, but like I still had trouble talking to them, communicating with them. I'm not sure if you have the same experience with anyone in your family. But so I wanted to write a book that kind of captured both the depth of love and emotion there, but also talked about like the struggles that can come with these relationships. So what I didn't realize is that Dan, who is Thai American, had a similar relationship with his grandmother who spoke, I think, exclusively Thai. And so they had a similar communication gap. So it's a very personal book to both of us. So much so that if you look at the dedication page, you'll see we dedicate to our grandparents. There's my grandfather right there, and there's Dan's grandmother. So, shall we begin? Are you ready? Here we go. Drawn Together by me, illustrated by Dan Santat. And you'll see this lovely gold sticker on the front because we were fortunate enough to receive the Asian Pacific American Librarian Association Award for Best Picture Book of last year. So I'm very honored by that. So our book begins with this boy who's being dropped off by his mom. He goes up and rings the doorbell, and his grandfather answers the door. And you can tell his grandfather is super excited to see him. So, oh, my grandson's here. So they greet each other with this traditional Thai greeting. And the grandfather waves goodbye to his daughter. And then the grandfather lets the boy come inside. And the boy walks in, and he's not so sure. He's looking a little bit iffy about this. But they go inside and sit down to eat. And the grandfather has made himself this beautiful bowl of noodle soup. But because he loves his grandson, he wants him to be happy. He makes him a hot dog and French fries. And because he's a good grandfather, he also adds a little side salad to make sure that he gets his vegetables. But they sit down to eat. And the grandson asks, "So what's new, Grandpa?" And the grandfather responds with a question in Thai. But unfortunately, they can't understand each other, so that's as far as they can go. And a quick note for those of you who are reading along at home, on this page, you'll see right above the mom's car are the translations for all the Thai text. So the grandfather here is actually saying, "How are you doing?" So the boy's saying, "What's new, Grandpa?" The grandfather's saying, "How are you doing?" They're so close, they're trying to have a conversation, but that's as far as they can get. So they continue eating. So afterwards, they sit down and they watch a movie. And it looks super exciting, right? There's this guy in the corner shouting. He's actually shouting, "Dragon!" But the grandfather's watching his grandson to see how he's doing. And he asks a question in Thai, and the boy asks, "Can we watch something else?" So here the grandfather is actually asking, "Would you like to watch something else?" So again, they're right there. They're so close. But they're not able to communicate any further, so they keep watching the movie in silence. So eventually the boy gets tired. He's like, "You know what? I can't follow along. I'm going to go do something else." He goes to his bag, and he pulls out some paper, some colored pencils and pens, and the grandfather walks over and peeks over his shoulder to see what his grandson is doing. And he sees that his grandson is drawing a picture of himself as a wizard. The grandfather gets super excited by this. So the grandfather goes off to the other room, comes back with his own sketch pad and some paintbrushes and some ink. And now we hear the boy thinking, and he thinks, "Right when I gave up on talking, my grandfather surprised me by revealing a world beyond words."
And there's